Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M40 M43. It's the Tier 8 American SPG and it's located on the northwest spawn of Arctic region, otherwise known as the Mannerheim Line. And it's under the command of Heavy 999. So, what can I tell you about this Arty? Well, it's this one's the M43 because it's got the 8-inch howitzer. And that identifies it's the M43, and it's built on the chassis of the M4, the later version of the M4, the M4A3, and well, they actually built this Arty just before the end of the Second World War, and one of them saw service in Europe and also one of the M40s as well. But only one each because they were testing them out. Now, if it's got the 155mm gun, that identifies it as an M40. And that is an enemy M40, and he's headed down there. And that's a very bad move because, yep, bye-bye. What a counter battery. First shot of the game. He's got one of the enemy Artys already. But one of the enemy has... one of our ELCs has actually managed to get quite a long way into the enemy territory. Look at that. He's actually sneakily snuck up on the beachside. Miss atomic bomb. That's very neat. Okay, we're loaded. It's quite a long reload. We fire around it and splash that M40, that Defender rather. For 16 hit points. Wasn't much damage. I think the shell was a bit farther away than he expected it to be. He's changing position to avoid counter battery. Now, they did see service, these Artys, in Korea. And they even saw service with the British Armed Forces because they were sold to the British Armed Forces with the 155mm gun after the war ended. Now with the 155mm gun, it's got a much better fire rate. But of course the 8-inch shell does a lot more damage per shot than the 155. You can get 700 alpha with the 155mm, but you get 1050 with the 8-inch gun, and you can penetrate up to 52mm of armor as well. Okay, he's lining up a shot on that ISU-152. He appears to be stationary. I wonder if he's AFK. I do hope we see him again because it's going to be difficult to get a shot on him. And we're about to lose our ELC, I think that. Yep, T-92's found him and has driven him underwater. Now we need to fire a round in there as quickly as we can to take out the T-92. Lining up a shot and we fire the round in. Unfortunately, we've lost our ELC and we failed to track the T-92, so we got the kill. Looking for a viable target to hit, and at the moment there doesn't appear to be much that we can shoot at, apart from maybe that BK-100-01P. He's right on that corner. We're almost loaded. We should be able to hit him right in the side if we do get it right. We're dialed in fully. Rounds out. Direct hit! Beautiful shot, 343, it was bang on target, right into his side. Another of our tanks has been drowned actually, a Progetto. It looks like he went too far. Oh, and that VK's been killed, taken out by our Defender. You may have got too close to the water, fell in and drowned. Firing around T-44. Oh, that was close. That Borsig could also make a very tempting target. They're very lightly armoured. Any shell is going to do a huge amount of damage to a Borsig Waffenträger. And it's also got a lethal gun. If he's got the 128, he's also very capable of doing a lot of damage. If he's got the 15 centimeter, he can do 750 output. And that round was very close to the Borsig. And that was from the FB207. The Borsig has pulled in because he's lost a lot of hit points with that shot. This shot should do the rest. 460. It wasn't enough to wipe him out altogether. But he is a one-shot now. I think the FB207 is going to reload before we do. And oh! Well, he got wiped out by our Borsig instead. Now that T92 is trying to back up and take shots. And that round from the FB207 just missed him. Now we're trying to line up a shot. It's a very difficult shot though. We're loaded now, but rounds out. This should work. Oh, nice hit. Splash for 315. Trying to work out which is the best shot to go for next. The enemy seems to be doing rather well on the west side of the map actually. They've just killed the AMX CDA 105, the Canon Dassault. We're firing around in there hoping to get the Scorpion. Oh yeah, well it was actually the FB207 that got the Scorpion, but both rounds must have contributed to the damage. Looks like our shell landed just before the Scorpion's, the FP207's shot landed. Now, can we get a shot on that Pershing? It'll only be splash if we do. Well, the FP207 stunned him. We've got a much bigger splash radius. He keeps moving forward to shoot. We fire the round in the corner and he pulls back immediately, and unfortunately all we do is critical damage, so we must have probably tracked him. Here's the other enemy Scorpion G. And the FP207 is trying to shoot him. Scores are even at the moment, but we're still having problems with that Pershing. Now we're doing a quick counter battery. There is only one enemy Arty left. It's the M40, M43. We don't know precisely where he is, so that's a problem. Going for the T34, dialing in. Rounds out. Should be good. It is! 420 hit points. Now the problem is our IS-3 is very low on hit points now. And the defender's very low as well. Well, he's got about a third of his health left. He just moved a little to avoid counter battery. There's only 5 tanks left on both sides. But we've got 2 Arties. The enemy has got a light tank. Of course, that T92. But I think he's still stuck down by the water. And of course the defender's stopping him from pulling up. Well, the FB207 has decided to go to the west. And the worry here is that the Scorpion G and there's a T44 might have gone around the west side to come up this side on us. There's the T92. You can see the T34. Now we can get shots on him, dialing in. Rounds out. Direct hit. 446, but we lost the defender. The Scorpion got him. And that means now that we're down by 1 tank. The big worry now, of course, is that the only person who's defending us against the enemy coming up this way is the IS-3 and the Scorpion G. So I think Heavy 999's decided to pull back into a more defensive position. Join the FB207. I'm expecting that T44 to try and come around from the west side. FP207's moving up. We're now aiming to try and support the IS-3. We still don't know where the enemy Arty is. Looking for the tracer. It sometimes helps to go to overhead view to actually see the tracer. It appears more clearly from overhead. Going back to battle assistant for the T-34. No, going to fire from that position. Oh, it was a good hit. 328 hit points. Unfortunately, their T-34 is now fighting out against the IS-3, and of course that T-92 is close by. Our IS-3's only got 3 hit points left. He'd be very vulnerable, and the T-44's turned up. Oh dear. Yeah, it's happened, and that means now that the only tank we've got that can fire long range, apart from well, us. Oh, we got a kill on the T-34. But the only one who can spot for us now is the Scorpion G. And the FP207 has taken up a position at A5 to shoot south. Right, well, unfortunately we found the Scorpion G and he's just around the corner from the FP207, so we need to try and support. Oh, we've lost the FP207, Scorpion got him. Now, if the Scorpion comes around that corner, and he probably won't because he'll stay around there to go unspotted, then he'll come around as soon as he feels he's safe. The view range on the M40, M43 is only 290 meters, and we're right up against the edge of the map here. If the Scorpion sees where we're located, as soon as he comes around that corner, it's not the ideal position to ambush him. The better position will be up high, across the way, just slightly further over to the left, a bit further west. Then the moment he came through the pass, he'd be visible right in front of us, and he wouldn't get any warning until he was through the pass, until he was actually in sight of us that we were there. But we've spotted the T-44 and he's just taken out our Scorpion G. So now we're being attacked by 2. We've got the Scorpion G over there. Oh, I'm not sure that did any damage at all. And now the Scorpion G will probably be aware of where we are. Yeah, we've been spotted. There's the Scorpion and we're not loaded. And he's, well, that's the T-92. He's fired one into us. And another. One more shot and we're dead. Yep. And it was inevitable. Scorpion got the kill. If we had gone a little higher up, then we might have been spotted by the T-92 a little sooner. But if the Scorpion had come through the pass, then we would have got the jump on him the moment he came through and came into our sight. Here's the end of battle result. Well, it was a defeat, but he did get a second-class tanker, a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16, a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, and that was 5,569 on the Win 8 as well. Super Unicum standard. Just unfortunate that it was a loss. If we look at the team scores, we can see that he did get the highest damage, 4,146 hit points overall. The highest score on the enemy team is their Scorpion G. He got a Pascucci's medal and 3,926 hit points. So he must have killed, yes, he did kill the 207. And the next high score after that was their M40, M43, who got 2,986 hit points. When it came to kills, the high scorers were the Defender on our side, both Scorpion Gs on the enemy side, and their T-92, who also picked up a patrol GT. And when it came to base XP, the high scorer was the T-92, who got 1,326 base experience points, and that was mostly because he did a huge amount of spotting, 2,992, and also managed to get a Win 8 of 3887. Is that, yes, 3887. Then came their Scorpion G with 1,251, and finally their M40, M43 with 959. Heavy 999 managed to get 607 just after the Defender. So if we look at the detail report, we can see he fired 15 rounds of ammunition during that game. He got 7 direct hits and 2 penetrations, 12 splash damage, damage of 4,146 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, all of them were penetrations, I'm afraid. They went through the thin armor, there was nothing he could do about it. Enemy vehicles damaged 9, enemy vehicles destroyed 2, and he also did 384 hit points of stun assistance off 12 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 41,346 credits, got 20,874 for completing the mission and events, and 5,039 for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic medal whilst being on the losing team to equalise your score with that of the winners. And so his total came to 67,259 credits. But, and this is the bad part, the repairs, ammunition resupply and consumables meant that he made a loss of 20,698 credits. And the reason for this was the ammo. He was using premium ammo, and unfortunately that worked out against him during the game. He did get that lovely kill on the M40, M43 right at the start, but sadly the rest of the shots, well, he couldn't actually do enough to help his team, other than, you know, as much as he did do. If you think about it, I mean, yes, he did do the highest damage in the game, but the rest of his team just weren't up to holding the line, and therefore he was in a position whereby he just had to defend as much as he could. 6 spawns from the game, 910 base XP on a premium, 523 for courageous resistance, 645 completed mission events, took away 2,079 experience points altogether. Yeah. All I can say on this is that it's a very good result to get 4K damage and a high caliber, but really, to be honest, I think it was the rest of his team who let him down on this one. There wasn't enough of them left alive, and even when they had just the Scorpion G left on their team, he wasn't able to put up enough damage to fend the enemy off, and they managed to get at him. I do wonder actually if that Scorpion G actually was asleep, because it appears that he was actually did 0 damage in the game. So a pity that he wasn't really awake. Maybe he was just AFK for most of the game. There you go. Well, it's a shame that sometimes you end up with teams that can't really do enough to enable the Arty to hold back the enemy and beat them. That happens. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.